Hi, welcome to the Closet Philosophy Podcast. This is Jennine. I'm a personal stylist.
And this is Kristen. I'm a fashion writer, and we're here to uncover the ways that your personal style is so much more than just clothes.
Whether you realize it or not, what you wear touches on science, psychology, culture, politics, and so much more. Yeah, so it's interesting that that we were talking about insecurities today. Yeah. And this has kind of been like a big topic for me because like I had always had a lot of what
woman doesn't have so many insecurities?
Insecurities. And I had like a group session at the Style Lab in my community, and the topic came up, and one of my clients said, like, you were the first stylist to not ask me what parts of my body I was insecure about. And
to me, that's unbelievable. Like, that's what every stylist focuses on.
Yeah, she said, like, the first thing that they said is, like, what do you want to hide? And it's like, and she had worked with multiple stylists and done a lot of styling services. And she had really focused on trying to wear slimming clothes and dressing for her body type, and what she ended up wearing was a lot of black and just a lot of like clothes that like hid her, because she felt like she had to hide her whole body basically. And
which is not style. Like, what style? I don't understand why a stylist would lead with that. This is not that's not style. That's hiding.
It's hiding, yeah. And then another person chimed in and said, like, yeah, another stylist actually drew a picture of her and was pointing out like what she was insecure about, and like had a list of what she was like less confident with or something. And it just kind of made me think, because like I don't talk about that, yet my clients learn how to dress themselves well. And then I thought about my own life where, I was like, especially when I started to get back onto video, like I had to do like all of these things before I got on video. Like I had to get like Botox. I said this before, where I got like threads in my face. I wore a wig because I wasn't secure about my hair. I even lowered my voice so to speak, and all of those things. And I just had this like energy of just being really kind of closed off. And as I began to lean into accepting myself as I am, that's when all of those things fell away. And I feel like I have a lot more authority and a lot more presence now. And that's exactly what happened with my clients. And the crazy part is that so many people fight me on this. They say like, no, we have to know what our insecurities are so we can work on them.
Because that's the norm. That's what everyone thinks of when they think of getting dressed. Like, how am I going to make it like flattering? How am I going to make my body look smaller? How am I going to make it look the way like other people want it to look? Yeah. And I think that's such a sad way to get dressed every day.
Yeah.
And like it reminds me of the episode with Asta Gar, who is a really amazing influencer and executive at Google. And she talked about how when you're trying to dress to be flattering or to hide your insecurities, you're looking in the mirror every single day and saying to yourself, okay, what am I going to hide? What are my flaws that I have to hide? So that's like an exercise you're going through every day when you get dressed. And how depressing is that? Like, what is that doing to your psyche to be telling yourself that every day that I need to make my waist smaller because it's because it's too big and this is not right? And instead of being like, I'd love to hear what you tell people to focus on instead.
Yeah. So it's interesting because, so before I get into that, I wanted to talk about like how like people fight on this. And they think of it as like lowering your standards. Like, I'm going to lower my standards to accept this flaw of myself. And I think that that's really interesting because when I started to let those things fall away and said like, okay, I'm not going to get Botox anymore. Like I'm not going to dye my hair, or I'm going to just wear my natural hair. Like fuck it, in all of this stuff. And I can see pictures between now and then. And I think I objectively look better now than I did back then. Like I feel like objectively, like I look better without all of those corrections. And it's kind of strange because like these like insecurities that we have are just really our own dialogues in our head, that other people don't see, that other people are actually much more forgiving and see beauty in an entirely different way. Yeah. And so it makes me think of this one model. I mean, I didn't even know she was a model at the time, but she is this beautiful fashion model, and she has a very large nose, and like people like kind of troll her, say like, oh, you should get a nose job, or you can't make money with that face, and blah blah blah. But she does. She looks stunning as a model. And the nose is like a beautiful feature of her face, and yet it's not anything like, what people get their nose jobs for. It's right. Nothing. It's not the little cute little turned up nose. It's not like that at all. And it's still, it makes her memorable. It makes her unique.
And I would be willing to bet that most of the modeling gigs that she has booked are because of her nose rather than in spite of her nose. It makes her stand out. It makes her different.
Exactly.
So when agents are like scanning pictures, like she stands out for that reason, Yeah. And it also makes me think of that America's Next Top Model show that's been on. I don't know what they're calling it. America's Next Top Model Apologizes or something like that. It's like,
I mean, they need to.
It's alarming. Yeah. I mean, and I watched that show and I've seen a lot of people comment like, I was watching this and didn't realize how insidious it was. Like, yeah. But there was one particular model. I haven't watched the whole thing, but I saw a segment of this model who had a gap between her teeth. Yeah. And Tyra convinced her to close it. And she was really resistant. You could tell it was like part of her. It makes me kind of get chills and feel sad. Like you could tell she didn't want to do it. Mm-hmm. But bottom line, Tyra was saying, if you don't do it, you're going home.
Oh, yeah.
And so she called her mom. Her mom was like, you got to do what you got to do. And she's really torn up about it. And she went ahead and did it. Yeah. And there went her individuality. Like there went her thing that could have been her thing.
Yeah. It's like Jennifer Grey, remember from Dirty Dancing? Like she was like this like up and coming like actress. Yeah. And then she got the nose job and then she looks like everybody else, And like this is the thing that I'm saying. Is like the thing that we're insecure about is probably the thing that everybody loves about us. It's probably the thing that makes you you and that makes you stand out.
It is. I mean, it is. It, if we all got the same nose job, we all got the same face. I mean, it's kind of happening. Like you see the Kardashians' face, the GOP face. Yeah. They all look the same, and it's alarming. It's like when you look at what they looked like before, they had some individuality. It's not even just about aging. It's about having this mask that looks the same as everyone else. It's terrifying.
Like you're kind of saying to yourself, like, you're not good enough. You need to change. You're not enough. And like this kind of dialogue of you not being enough that eats away at your confidence and your authenticity. And what I have seen is that when we start doing exercises that redirect people's attention to the parts of themselves that they like, things start to fall into place. And so like I have this exercise called 3 Good Things. And it was actually developed by a psychologist, Martin Seligman. He's like the father of positive psychology and stuff like that.
I recognize that name.
Yeah. And he says like, and I'm just applying this to personal style, but you can do this for any aspect of your life. Even like for like family dinners, you can say, okay, so name 3 good things today.
Yeah. A lot of people do that, or they'll do one like one good thing and like the best thing and the worst thing that happened, anyway, go ahead.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
we're not going to focus on the worst thing right now.
Yeah, yeah. But like this 3 good things, it's like 3 is a great number because it's like enough to be like looking at, there's all of these amazing things. But not so much where you're like thinking like you're struggling to think of good things, and everybody can name 3 things that they like, even if it's like the color of their shirt or the color of their eyes or, or something along those lines. Because what this does is it trains your brain to look for the good things. So, because like for most of us, we're all trained to look for things that need to be fixed. And this is kind of like the thing that capitalism runs off of. It's like anti-aging, anti-diets, or not anti-diets, but pro-diets. And, make your skin poreless. And, all of these things are geared towards like becoming this optimized version of yourself. And, what happens if you just like let that go?
Right. What if you stop spending all that money and time and mental energy criticizing yourself and thinking that you need to be fixed, and then actually taking the steps to like fix yourself? What does that free up? What kind of freedom do you create when you do that?
Oh yeah, because like when I was doing like the wig and the makeup and I even had like face tape. Oh my god, and like. That like it would take me like 2 hours to get ready, and so
my god, really?
And like this morning I could tell you for a fact I had a call at 7:30. I got out of the shower, it was like 7:24, and I was like, shit.
Okay.
So I was like, so I just like, my hair was wet, everything, and I was able to get ready, and I was on that call at 7:30.
Wow.
And I was like, okay, so I can actually get ready in 6 minutes now. And
That's
so,
amazing.
and not feel like, there's something wrong with me, right? And so, but it's just like having that energy, like you're comfortable in your own skin. There's nothing more beautiful than that.
Absolutely. And I feel like as I get older, I'm able to shed that stuff more and more. Like when I was younger, I shaved my legs every single day. I mean, who was that person? Now I'm like, forget it. I know. Like my daughter is always like, you gonna shave your legs? I'm like, maybe, I don't know. I might stop. I don't know. I washed my hair every single day. Mm-hmm. I did all these things because I was so afraid of like being offensive in some way, like being like unattractive to someone in some way. So I had all this maintenance. I wore more makeup than I do now. I never wore like a ton of makeup, but more than now. Mm-hmm. And it took a lot of time and energy. And as I get older, I'm like, I can strip a lot of that away and then and like time is more precious as you get older too. It just feels more precious.
Yeah.
So freeing up that time feels really good.
Yeah.
I'm down to like maybe 10-minute getting ready.
Yeah. I mean, 10 minutes great. I mean, I usually take more time than 6 minutes. It was a mad rush. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, like that's like the thing is like, when it comes to your personal style, you've been probably told to look at all of the things that are wrong with your wardrobe. Mm-hmm. Like you have the wrong colors, you have the wrong silhouette, you have the wrong shaped jeans, like you have like this and that and the other. And like everything is bad. And you have to go out and buy all of these things to replace the things that aren't good enough. And I always tell people to look at the things that they like about their style and to say like, okay, what do you love to wear? What do you feel the best in? Because like, that's where your answers are. Your answers aren't in the problems of your wardrobe, because if you focus on the problems of your wardrobe or the problems with your looks or the problems with anything, it's just going to multiply and grow. And it's just like a bottomless pit of like fixing. And so,
and it seems very obvious when you talk about it like this, but yet like the majority of stylists that you find out there are going to focus on the fixing, and it's kind of remarkable that like, why? Yeah. I mean, I'm kind of a broken record about the patriarchy, but I feel like it's a lot of that too, because we are dressing for the male gaze and without even realizing it. Mm-hmm. Like I read this article recently, and it was like lamenting that we complain that like women complain about the patriarchy, and as if we don't have free will to do what we want. Like we only can do what the patriarchy tells us. And I was like, but the thing is, it's internalized patriarchy. It's not like we're like consciously being like, I'm going to dress for a man today. It's like, it's internalized because we've been brought up this way. We've lived in this society our entire lives. You know, it's not like we always have a choice unless you really think it through, like we're doing, like you have for your clients. Unless you think it through, go through that exercise, you're not going to realize exactly what's going on.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a lot of work.
Exactly. And so, and like this is like the thing too. It's like, I was just thinking, like, if people say like, oh, well, like, should you ignore like everything that's wrong?
And just like be comfy, just wear sweats every day or something. Yeah.
And wear comfy and wear sweats every day. And that's also not necessarily an answer either, because it's like, then you may be physically comfortable, but you're not like emotionally comfortable. So if you're wearing sweats to a fancy party, you're not going to feel comfortable. Yeah. Like, and so it's like, all right. So, and I hate to say this, is like, you have to figure out like what works for you. Like what is your like hard line and stuff. And like, for me, it's like your health. Like you have to take care of your health. Like you have to be healthy. It's important for not just for yourself, but for the people in your life and all of that kind of stuff. And, you know, of course you have to pay your bills. You have to take care, you know, you have to take care of things. And then there's like the parts of like, okay, so wearing makeup, do I enjoy wearing makeup? Like, and yeah, I enjoy it. Like, I think it's fun. Like, I actually like putting on makeup, and I hate taking it off, but I like putting on makeup too. Yeah, it's a pain in the ass. But, you know, and I actually enjoy putting on clothes. I love putting clothes together. Like, I think it's a creative exercise for me. So this is joy and fun. And this is like something that delights me. It's not something that's an obligation. It's not something that it feels like I'm doing it because if I don't, I'm not going to be enough.
I feel like that's what you're helping your clients find, because they're frustrated with how they look and what they're like. They want to find their style, and they feel like it's work. I'm sure, or they wouldn't be hiring you. And I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but it sounds like you're trying to help them find that place that you're in where you find joy in getting dressed, and you're not like looking in the mirror and being like, oh, my hips are huge, I have to make them look smaller. Yeah. And, you know, the negative talk to yourself every day, but finding that like, oh, I get to wear my like fun blazer today, or I get to wear this like cool scarf, or, you know, like finding the joy and the positives. Yes,
exactly. And like, and that's like the whole thing. It's like, once you start to do that, like all of these other like insecurities, they fall away. And, you know, and then it's like, what happens? And for, you know, my client, Zara, like she she lives in a larger body, and she like had this thing where like we kept on putting together outfits for her, and we kept on coming to this point of wearing sleeveless, and she had always been told to cover her arms. And I was like, but you look great without sleeves. And I was like, but you know, it's hot. Like you need to like, you know, it's hot. You should be comfortable. And then I remember the day that she came in, and she's like, I don't remember exactly the outfit, but I remember when I saw she went sleeveless, I screamed. I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. And so, that's really cute. And she looked great. And she said that people complimented her, like her whole life she had been taught to like cover her arms and cover herself. And then she went without sleeves, and like people said that she looked fantastic. And so, and people compliment her all the time on the way she dresses. And so, and like, this is like the thing, is like when you find that joy, people see that.
Yeah. They feel your energy. Asta talked about that too. How I don't want to give too much away, but she talked about how she used to have two different wardrobes, one for work and one for her home life, or like fun other stuff. And when she decided that she wasn't going to do that anymore, and that was kind of dumb, she started wearing whatever she wanted to work. And she said no one really noticed. Like no one was like, oh my God, what are you wearing? Like people, and she said she believes it's because like energetically she was able to own it. She wasn't like feeling like, oh my God, like what are people going to say? She was just kind of like, yeah, this is what I'm wearing. And so people didn't bat an eye. And I think that's true with a lot of things. Like if you're just kind of like, like fine, you're just fine inside and outside, it matches, then other people are just like, okay, cool. Like, yeah,
that's it.
Yeah.
I mean, exactly. I mean, people get away with like so much, and it really comes down to like owning it and feeling comfortable, and like that's part of you and stuff. Like somebody yesterday was like talking about glasses, and he was saying like, a lot of people attempt to wear glasses like what I'm wearing these like black frame glasses, and he goes like, and the glasses like wear them, but he goes like, but there you are, and you own, like, they're just like part. And I was like, yeah, they're part of my face now. This is a feature of my face. So, and I even tried to wear other shaped glasses, and I was like, no, I need
the silver ones. So are you not wearing those?
I will wear them. I bought them. Like they weren't cheap.
Yeah.
But you're wearing they feel less you, it sounds like, than
I feel more like this is like me and stuff. And so, but and like that's the whole thing. It's like, if you love something and you own it and that's like part of you, then absolutely, if it gives you joy, just get into it. Rolling back to like the point of this whole podcast, it's like it's okay to ignore your insecurities. It's okay to let them go. Like,
and actually it's not just okay, but it's way beneficial for you.
It's way beneficial for you. And I would like to hear like how life changes once you start to let go of these like insecurities, and like what starts to happen for you. Like,
didn't you say that you had a client who gained 20 pounds and she was like, but it doesn't really matter. Like she's not beating herself up about it or.
And she says that she still gets compliments on her outfits and it feels great. And so it was like this menopause hormone thing that happened. And so she could have, like, she was before, like, I would have beat myself up about it, but now it's like, nobody noticed, like, and it was fine. So, and like your life, you're going to fluctuate like that. Like this is like I don't know a single person who hasn't fluctuated in their, like, I'm fluctuating, and
I'm fluctuating as we speak.
As we speak. Yeah. I'm in the moment, I am fluctuating. Yeah. And so like allow yourself that grace and just to focus on, life is too short to focus on things that make you feel terrible.
It really is.
Yeah.
It really is. Yeah. So if you all have stories of letting go of stuff like that, we would love to hear them. We'd like to bring in more listener stories, I think, and comments and And
so send us an email at hey@closetphilosophy.net, and we would love to hear from you, your stories about letting go of your insecurities and what happened. Like, what happened when you let go? Because like, I almost want to say, give you this exercise, do the 3 good things challenge, do it for a week and see how you feel about yourself.
I'm going to do it. I have not done that because I still struggle with it. Like I'm here talking about it. Like I know what I'm saying, but I struggle. I struggle with it still. So
this is something that never goes away. It never goes away. It just is like, we're hardwired to focus on the negative. And so choosing the positive is a choice. It's an active choice. You're actually going against your evolution by focusing on the positive. But I guarantee you, when you do, like, you will have a whole different energy. Your life will change. I guarantee it.
Yeah.
I mean, should I guarantee?
Or your money back.
Something like that. Yeah. Well, thank you so much for joining. Did we want to do what
we learned?
Okay. All right. So we're going to have a new segment, one thing that we learned. And so this week, I learned that Stowe Lake in the Golden Gate Park is now Blue Heron Lake. And they changed it because Stowe, who is like a congressperson or something like that, he was charging fees to Jewish people to discourage them from opening up businesses. And so, or he was an assemblyman, sorry. And so when that came to light, it was like, okay, well, we need to rename it. So they named it Blue Heron. Yeah, because I just moved recently really close to Golden Gate Park, and so I walked past that lake like every day. I was like, what happened to Stowe Lake?
Where did it go? I would have been the same way. I had no idea.
Yeah, I had no idea. And
so now it's Blue Heron Lake.
Yeah, Blue Heron
I love that
Lake.
for Golden Gate Park.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my thing that I learned this week is that linoleum is a sustainable material. I had no idea.
Yeah.
I think of linoleum and I think like
that's vinyl.
Gross.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I guess is it made of like lanolin? I actually should have gone a little deeper and figured out what it's made out of.
Yeah.
But it's made out of natural materials and I guess, is biodegradable to a certain extent. So yay for linoleum.
Yeah.
I just think of linoleum as like a kind of a gross, but that's vinyl. Yeah, I think of it as like something that is unattractive and bad for the earth, but apparently doesn't have to be either one because it can be really cute too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I heard. Lots of cool colors.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
All right.
So there you have it. The things we learned this week. We will be back with more things we learned next week.
All right. Okay.
See you next week.
Take care. Bye-bye.